Going live.
What's up, guys? We are live.
Oh, wait. There's the background. Okay. Wait. Okay. I'm ready.
All right, guys. What's up? How's it going? Kevin, good to see you. Dave D, Art, Carlos, Dragon Ball. Good to see you guys.
Hey, guys.
Emrit.
Did you see that scammer crypto tips in the live chat?
Jeez, these
They're
guys.
everywhere.
You know why?
What?
Because this is a bull run. This is what happens during bull runs. So yeah, that's just what happens.
Anyone promising guaranteed returns or that they have a private special investment manager on WhatsApp, it's a scam. Or Discord or Telegram or whatever, it's all a scam.
And first off, and congrats to our Patreon group. You guys killed it on Luna. Oh my gosh, I think we put it in at 30 cents. It's now at almost $16. Guys, that was incredible. That was a really fun one. I think there will be many more to come. So yeah, I'm very excited about this bull run. I think we have a long way to go. And it's crazy that people are selling right now. I don't understand. Like, why would anybody would ever listen to India that threatened to ban Bitcoin? They're threatening. How many times have they done this?
A lot. I wish I had a Bitcoin every time India was talking about banning Bitcoin.
Yeah, we would probably have all of them.
You'd be retired.
Yeah, we would have all the Bitcoins out there. So,
also, thank you everyone who has subscribed to this channel. We've been keeping it going since November 2016, I think, is when I first launched this channel. And this week we hit 70,000 subscribers. A great number. Love to see it. And it's like, kind of going crazy because I almost have another 1,000. So thanks. And if you guys are tuning into this live chat or this live stream, you're enjoying this and you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit subscribe. And you can get more videos like this all the time.
Exactly.
So yeah, what do you want to talk about? India?
What's up, Bill? Bill Klein.
Bitcoin crashing.
Nick, John.
And all these guys in the live chat.
Kaipo, good to see you guys. Fred, Claire. Yeah, anyways, EP. They're 11. Sorry, man. I butchered your name. What was that?
What do you want to talk about today?
Well, yeah, ask me anything, guys. I think there's a lot of good news out there with, the amount of stimulus checks that are going to be used for Bitcoin, and, use opportunities like today. Like Heidi just posted on our Patreon of when we were actually buying Bitcoin today, and we were buying around like 55,000. And yeah, it might be that now, but geez, I mean, it's funny because you always get so much crap for saying, oh yeah, I'm buying Bitcoin at this price. She sticks her head out there and she lets everybody know she's not faking it or whatever. And, you get crap and then all of a sudden it explodes higher. I remember the last one of them you did was it was at 32,000. And people are like, you blew it. It's going back down to 20 or whatever. And then here we are at almost 60,000. So
long-term perspective, guys.
Exactly.
Long-term perspective.
We've been doing this for a long time, longer than these people that are giving us a hard time. So yeah.
Also, if you guys don't yet, you can follow us on Instagram. I mean, I'm trying to get Toby to post the surf stuff on that one, but he's not into it. But anyway, you can follow our account on Instagram, Real Crypto Tips. I got a cool visual up there too of like the on this date, like when Bitcoin hit 60,000 a few days ago, on that date, what Bitcoin was the past years, and how it's changed. And yeah, it's great. So India is quite possibly going to ban Bitcoin. Now, for everyone who doesn't know yet, anyone who says they're going to ban Bitcoin does not know what they're talking about. That's the beauty of decentralization, is it allows you to interact in a peer-to-peer fashion without a way to enforce restrictions on it, basically. Thinking of decentralized exchanges especially, and the fact that you can, pay for Bitcoin with cash and someone can just send you Bitcoin right to your Bitcoin wallet without anyone else's permission. It's a really cool thing. And apparently India's government hasn't realized that yet. But
somebody says this is fake news. And yes, Bitcoin is not banned in India yet.
Not yet.
They're claiming they're threatening to ban it.
Apparently, they're being friendly about it. They're giving these people. Here's some things to note. If this goes down, you will have, if you're an Indian citizen, you'll have 6 months to liquidate your Bitcoin. India, this is the first time any country has made it illegal to hold Bitcoin. China has made it illegal to trade or to mine Bitcoin. And that was like the FUD of the year, like 5 years ago. Now India is actually trying to ban how people are storing it. How they're going to know if you're holding Bitcoin, if it's in a wallet that you control, I don't know. I don't think they know that much about Bitcoin. Otherwise, they would be sadly overwhelmed at the amount of work that they would need to do to pin down who owns Bitcoin in India.
But in reality, I think the reason why Bitcoin is down is because it still is following the U.S. stock market a little bit. And the 10-year is down a little bit. So that's good for the market. But with that said, the Dow is down, 100 and something points or something last time I checked. So yeah, it's going to follow it a little bit. And then big whales are going to use that opportunity to smash the price. That's just what happens, guys. Like, it's just normal. And especially now, it's so you may think it's really volatile. Like, I'm looking at prices from, yesterday it was 60,000. Within 24 hours, it went from 60,000 back down to 54,000 or something, and then back to 57, and then back down here. Prices are going all over the place, but in reality, it's not that volatile. It's, we're down 5.6%. That's nothing, So, but if you've been in this space for a while, this is crazy. Like, the dollar amounts are crazy. Like, I've never seen anything like this in Bitcoin from the 7 or 8 years that I've been in it. I've never seen anything even remotely close to this because, back when I first got in, going up $5 was like a big deal. Of course, it was, $70.
Yeah.
So, but still,
percentage change.
$5 is a lot of money, back then. We're now, it's flying like, within 1 second, it's up $50. It's just crazy. So
yeah,
that's pretty much the craziest market I've ever seen.
Fred is saying you bought at 55,000. What do you think? 76,000 in 2 weeks?
I have no idea. I hope not. I actually hope that it chills out.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I actually hope it chills out. I hope we flatline for a while. I hope people accumulate, and I hope people sell, because there's a lot of FOMO out there, and I think that's crappy for the price short term. So if we can just build a huge base right here, that's what we need. And then eventually it'll go back up. I remember us staying at $10,000 for a really long time. And so but I knew that this is so healthy for a market to stay at, $10,000. And then next thing you know,
because the longer it stays at a price, that's a solid foundation, so that the next time around, if you're pumping up, it's like the peak of the bear or the bull run. If it sits at that price for so long, that could very easily also be a support on the way down. So maybe it won't. You can just always keeping your eyes on those foundational price limits and the psychological limits.
For sure. And
talking like an expert over here. I've only had Jason on the channel a couple times. Every time we have him on, I learn a lot.
Yeah, Jason was killing it.
Yeah, Jason Pizzino. If you guys haven't checked him out, he's a decent YouTuber. He does a lot of technical analysis. He's based in Australia, so you guys can get that accent if you're not already Australian.
But one good thing, going back to like exchanges and stuff, so people are buying a lot on the exchanges, but they're also putting their coins into safe storage, like offline pretty much, or hardware wallets, or wherever cold storage. And so you can see the outflow. There's a, I forgot the website for it, but it's a really good website. I'll try to find it. It shows you like how much Bitcoin is flowing out of the exchanges. And you kind of want to see that. Like a lot of people will we'll say, okay, well, whales can manipulate that, and that is true. Whales can manipulate the appearance of coins not flowing out of the exchanges, but they can't keep that up long term. So you have to look at like a 7-day or even 30-day a graph of like how many coins are flowing out of the exchanges. And so that's a really good indicator of like nearing a top, because that's what happened back in 2017, end of 2017, 18, and early 2018. Bitcoin did actually flow back into the exchanges in mass. The exchanges could hardly even keep up with the amount of demand or demand to sell, and yeah, it ended up pretty soon after that crashing. So that's what I'm really looking out for. I'm also looking at CNBC and looking at all the other mainstream media outlets and seeing, okay, are they what are they talking about right now? And today, like, there's like nobody talking about it. Like, I'm really surprised.
Yeah, because all the mainstream media is like, ooh, India's banning Bitcoin.
Yeah,
ooh, maybe.
I'm really surprised that no mainstream outlets are really like full on talking about Bitcoin. Yeah,
They're so disappointed. It's still performing well. It should have burnt out by now, right? If it was a bubble. Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of it has to do with there are huge institutions buying Bitcoin at these prices. I mean, gosh, hold on. Let me even check this out. So Michael Saylor, I take these screenshots of what I find. Let me try to find it here. You're not gonna believe this. This is just crazy. Okay, so Michael Saylor, on Friday, he posted, MicroStrategies has purchased an additional 262 Bitcoin for 15 million cash. So that's pretty much over the counter at an average price of 57,146. Guys, this guy's not stupid. All right. He's not dumb. You may think, oh, what an idiot. Now it's at 55,000 or 56,000. The guy's not an idiot, guys. Like, he knows what he's doing. He's got friends that are also buying at these prices and they want lower. I guarantee you we're going to see another thing from Michael Saylor that's going to show, hey, he just bought another bunch of Bitcoin. This is what you need to look at. Okay, I see a lot of guys on YouTube, a lot of YouTubers, like I've been hearing about it, so I click on the link sometimes and I watch these YouTubers. They're all focused on like one or two.
Clickbaited guys.
Yeah, clickbaiter guys. They're all interested in one or two coins, this or that. Guys, it's like throwing a dart right now. Like if you know that Bitcoin is going to be going up, it's going to drag the rest of the market up. All right. And so, like if you don't have a position right now in Bitcoin, like I think right now is a great time to do it. If I didn't have a position, I would do it. Up to you if you wanted to really do that. But
I think it's certainly easier to buy Bitcoin now, especially as a newcomer, than it is in like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when Bitcoin was much more affordable. No one was talking about it. Everyone thought, that last bull run killed it. That was the bubble that popped, and now it's never going to see those prices again. Ideally, people would have been like, piling in at that cheaper price to get more Bitcoin. But during a bull run, you're going to make money. This is not financial advice, but I mean, anyway, William Klein says, we are up 99.999999999% against USD. Let's stop valuing against poop fiat BTC.
It's a good point, Bill.
It is a good point.
Definitely. Yeah. The reason why I do say fiat is because a lot of people don't understand the BTC valuations. And I think that, maybe we should probably start slowly getting into that. I think it's also challenging for me as well because I'm so used to thinking in fiat, just because that's what I'm essentially buying things with right now. But I'm learning that, there's so many different places that I can spend my Bitcoin on now. And I think maybe I'm doing you guys a disservice by saying that. So it's me humbly admitting my mistake.
When is it January 1st yet? That can be like our New Year's resolution.
It could be.
Start valuing
Thanks, Bill.
things in terms of Bitcoin. Wait, also, Dave D says, I made a 100x leverage trade for fun. $5. Profited $1 and got the hell out.
You're the man.
It took a lot of self-control.
Okay, do I recommend going into Bitcoin, trading Bitcoin with leverage?
Dave D would say yes.
For everybody, it's up to you. Like for me, I'm not going to touch leverage. Like I've never been in debt. I don't like leverage. I've seen what it does to people.
Yeah.
And I'm just not into that stuff. But I mean, I've seen a lot of people make a lot of money just on one good trade. And then I've seen some people make a horrible mistake. My father, when he used to trade, he lost a lot of money being on that. So yeah, just be careful, Yeah. It's really important just to be careful. So
be aware of your, if you have any weaknesses in terms of like gambling things.
Well, I mean, I
trigger some things maybe.
I should say, like Rich Dad Poor Dad was the first book I ever read on investing in and like how to make my money work for me. I learned that back in like 2001. And, I actually did have the poor dad, he's not alive. So he's not going to, he's not going to be pissed off at me saying this, but like, that's one thing I learned from my father. It's what
it's going to haunt your dreams tonight, Toby.
Yeah. But I mean, I love him to death, but it's one thing that I learned what not to do is because of my father. And he taught me, by example, what not to do with leverage. And I've never been in leverage ever since. So, yeah, that's my little personal story. How did the Indian government forcing holders to identify themselves? Bill, and good question. How is the Indian government forcing holders to identify themselves?
But they're probably relying on anyone who used a centralized exchange and went through KYC. But really, they're probably asking themselves that very question as well, because that is a huge undertaking. And furthermore, whether this is true or not, the rumor even of it being banned has not affected at all the amount of money being traded on these Indian-based cryptocurrency exchanges. On the website that I had displayed earlier, they said something like they've seen more volume in one day on February 2021 as they had in all of February 2020. So there you go. Yeah.
Zoltan's Ballroom asks, how do I get in touch with you to sign up to your club? Okay, well, it's just a...
There's a link down below in the video description for the CT Club. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a linked in the description.
Yeah, okay. Also, we got some tips in the super chat, guys. Thank you so much. Chats with Decentralized.
Jeez, thank you.
He said, Sailor is an industry plant sent here to buy the Bitcoins for Uncle Sam. He is the enemy. Let traditional finance rot. We'll see.
Who knows? Maybe.
But all I know is that him owning Bitcoin doesn't affect my ability to own Bitcoin and do what I want with it. So
yeah,
whatever the price does, it doesn't affect my ability to interact with Bitcoin.
And thank you again.
Yeah. Also, that's a good conversation starter.
Absolutely.
Also, Satoshi Nakamoto, famous Satoshi Nakamoto in the live chat.
What's up?
My opinion is HODL. You can call me Christopher.
Yes,
good
definitely.
To know, Christopher.
And speaking about Satoshi, my guess is that Hal Finney is Satoshi Nakamoto. I might get a lot of
maybe
crap.
You think he was like chatting to himself on the Bitcoin talk chat forum?
Possibly. Happy QQQ, thank you. Hi, what do you think about putting my BTC and ETH on BlockFi? Thank you for bringing this up. Is it safe at all with my savings? Yes, 100% in crypto. Also, your thoughts on LTC? I don't have much thoughts on LTC. I mean, it's just an old chain, and it's probably going to do really good. yeah.
Well, isn't Grayscale adding Litecoin to their holdings now?
Yeah, exactly. And
So
there's
they're
a lot of
holding it.
liquidity. It's for big boys, that like they're going to be able to trade the crap out of it, and they're going to be able to buy as much as they want, pretty much. So yeah, I think it could be a good one. It's not my favorite coin, just because I think there's more innovation out there. But as far as that, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people call Litecoin the testnet of Bitcoin, but there's some benefit to that as well. That
Sure.
means they're getting the innovation before Bitcoin, kind of. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
Oh yeah, BlockFi. Okay, so
Yeah.
what I wanted to bring up with that is, like, actually Heidi and I were
We have
talking
a
about
yin
this.
yang opinion on BlockFi.
Yes, Heidi doesn't like it. For me, I think it's a good option for what we could use as a place to where we sell near the top. We're not going to sell any Bitcoin. We're probably not going to sell any Bitcoin. Ether, looking to sell probably up to half.
Just to defend my opinion on BlockFi is I have the obvious grudge against it because it requires you to send them your coins, very similar to something like a centralized exchange. They offer something like 5 to 8% return for lending your coins. So really the amount of time that you have to keep your coins in their possession and the amount of coins that you'd have to give them to be able to live off of a passive income from that, it's asking a lot. Also, that platform is pretty new, in my opinion. It's not exactly time tested or, like a staple yet. It could be, but because it is still so new, I'm a little standoffish about it. But for sure, when you're coming off of a bull run after a peak, you want to maybe cash into some stable coins. So then that way, that's why stable coins have been so popular with DeFi, with lending, is because it's a stable coin. When you are participating in these DeFi or lending platforms, often you have to provide at least, if not more, 100% collateral. If you're lending a volatile coin like Ethereum or Bitcoin, you're going to have to cover your butt if that price drops. If you're doing it with a stable coin, shouldn't happen as drastically. So certainly there's some options there to make money on the way down, or at least to lock in a ton of profit during a long, cold bear market, because we might have that again for another 2 or 3 years. Who knows?
I think we will.
Toby thinks we will.
Definitely.
I think it's an option for sure, and it definitely is going to call into your own appetite for risk. And if you're really trying to keep it going with this crypto thing, and you're just trying to stack more sats, it could be a way.
That's
for sure.
what my plan is. So I mean, they're
This guy.
Yeah. Okay. So Bill Klein, he said go into USDC and stake on Curve. It's 22%.
Yeah.
So you can do all these different
Yeah.
things. It's pretty amazing. Like back in the first time we only had USDT. So our second time, back in 2017, 18, USDT. That was pretty much it. And then the whole time we're looking at it, go like all this news, like, oh, it's not audited. It's a scam. The people are going to audit it. Or what is it? Like they're going to get sued or whatever, and just all these things.
And they're changing their banks every 6 months, and it was crazy.
It was kind of scary too.
Yeah.
And now we actually have options like USDC, like Bill said, and that's much safer, obviously, than USDT, because I don't want to be in something that has so much clout overhead.
Yeah.
There's no need anymore.
Yeah.
So
Sergio Kochat, he said, go for staking. 6% is good and a lot safer. I tend to agree with that, just again, purely for the custodianship aspect of it, and the fact that that staking, in my opinion, is definitely a long-term perspective kind of a thing. So if you're staking, especially a coin that you see is pretty solid, you'll be accumulating that coin, and then again, when that bull run pops in, you'll should have a much better bag than you started with of that coin. Whereas with BlockFi, you're locking in a stable coin at the peak price, so that price, the value isn't fluctuating so much as it would be if you were staking. So there's definitely pros and cons for some.
Or another option, put some on a safer platform, like BlockFi or whatever, and then put some on Curve, like Bill said.
Yeah.
Like I mean,
but then Curve's also it's also using smart contracts, right?
Yeah. So
there's risks there as well.
Rug pull.
And maybe even in that instance, BlockFi is. This is when it gets interesting. BlockFi might be more secure in that. Someone actually pointed this out, is that they might be legally required to reimburse you if they did like an exit scam or if they lost your funds. Whereas Curve, they could also potentially reimburse you for your coins. But the thing with Curve is, and any of these DeFi platforms, is that if they have the ability to freeze their coins, to reimburse you, basically to create new coins just for that, like, unforeseen event, that's kind of a red flag for level of centralization or God mode admin keys that platform has. But man, 22%, that's pretty good.
I know, right? And Celsius too, Celsius
is very similar to BlockFi. It's yeah.
I mean, the guy that created Celsius is the VoIP founder.
Alex Mashinsky.
Yeah. Yeah, you interviewed him a long time ago.
And during that interview in the introduction, I shouldn't even admit this. I had his name wrong like 3 times in a row. And the guy had a great amount of patience. He's
a nice guy.
My name's Alex. Yeah. Like, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, for
that was like 4 years ago. So I was pretty new to the game still. Anyway.
What would you recommend me doing if I want to swap my alts to Bitcoin during this bull run? That's a great idea. Like that's amazing. Like if you want to swap it,
when and how should I do it? I don't want to cash out because of the insane taxes. I'm from the EU. One thing to pay attention to is even crypto to crypto trades might be a taxable event based on whichever country you're in. I don't know. With the US, it is. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just when you cash out. If that's the case, then yeah, get into a stable coin like we were talking about. Also, what we were talking about too is like always trying to formulate what we're going to do during this bull run, trying to take the most advantage of it without being, too emotional or reactive with it. So what we found quite helpful over the years is to find a price point that we think is logical and a good indication of, compared to where we started investing in these coins. So, if Bitcoin hits a certain price, like Toby said earlier, Bitcoin rises the whole market, basically, right? So chances are these crazy altcoins we've been getting into since this past summer are going to be doing pretty freaking well. So what we're looking into doing is when Bitcoin hits a certain price, we'll take out like half of our alts, just cash it, enjoy the profits that we've seen.
I'm going to take out more than half our alts.
Not worry about, what if it goes a little bit higher tomorrow? Just be happy with your profits, pick a price point, be logical, be unemotional, guys.
And stack sats.
Yes.
The whole point of having altcoins is really to buy more Bitcoin. Bitcoin's probably going to be a lot more expensive than it is now. But hey, if your alts go up, 20x and Bitcoin's gone up 10x, which is right now would be, 60. That's like almost $600,000. Like it's probably not going to do that this bull run unless we go in a super cycle, which I have my doubts. With that said, then you just fling it in there and you've just made a lot more Bitcoin. Georgiou says, let's see. Oh, sorry. What about taxes on that? So depends on where you live. Us in Portugal, we don't have to pay taxes, on crypto, to crypto. Toby, let's
Good
see.
question.
Scene, what do you expect when do you expect the
bear market? Heidi, what is your strategy during the bear market?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm going to be staking the crap out of the coins that I'm staking. We're going to be experimenting with the BlockFi thing probably. We'll be keeping you guys posted on that.
And then Curve, I'll probably put some on there as well. I'm going to experiment with a lot of things.
When do you expect the bear market? That's a good question.
I don't know.
Next year?
Probably September, October, November.
This year?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know.
I think 2022.
Okay. 2022 then it is. But I mean, I'm not looking at timing this. I'm looking at, we have some expenses that we would like and pay that off and we're fine. And I'm not going to be selling that Bitcoin. just letting you guys know. That. I keep saying that. I'm just not going to be selling it because there's no point.
Ed asks, are you able to pay in Portugal with crypto? Portugal is not a particularly fast-moving kind of country. Some places even don't even accept credit cards. But there are, anywhere that accepts a credit card, you can use things like a credit card that's loaded with cryptocurrency. So in that way, you're paying cryptocurrency. But I don't know of any vendors. Yeah, no, I know, but any vendors in Portugal that directly accepts cryptos for payment.
Actually, our lawyer
does.
A lawyer.
She met us now.
We've been getting her into crypto. Our real estate agent is also getting into crypto as well. So we're getting as many people as possible in Portugal on this. This town that we live in, there's a lot of people that have crypto now, which and I'm actually,
so I mentioned her in the last live stream. I just need to clarify this. She's not a tax lawyer. She is a lawyer specifically involving with like residency, immigration, golden visa program. So for those of you who are looking to move to Portugal and you want to know some of the requirements, what to expect, that's the kind of thing that she is very comfortable and apt at answering those types of questions. I had a bunch of people emailing me a lot of stuff having to do with taxes. So we'll see what she can handle with that or what she can recommend. But I just want you to know that that's basically what she's going to be talking about.
Tracy Stark, do you think we've scratched the surface of alt season?
Yes.
We've scratched it. I would be very disappointed if this was it. There's been a lot of money being made, but guys, I remember when 2017 came around, like that was alt season. That was like the end of 2017. That this was alt season. Like, yeah, we are in alt season right now. We are. But as far as like the bulk of it, nah, like we've got a long way to go, and you're going to wake up sometimes and like the first whole page is up, 50%.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what happened in 2017. And now there's so much more currency being printed than before. And, there's more people that are aware of this space. Like back in 2017, there weren't that many people that understood Bitcoin.
Yeah.
There wasn't, and I'd have to like act like a complete idiot and try to talk to people about Bitcoin. Like, hey guys, listen to me, please. And they just think they just look at me like I'm from Mars or whatever. But now they're like, hey Toby, how about this Bitcoin? As we're going out surfing, on the jet ski, and it's like 50, 60 feet, and they're talking about like, hey, how do I stake this thing? I'm like, let's just have fun surfing right now.
You guys haven't seen hype until you've seen a group of big wave surfers talking about Bitcoin during a bull run.
It's funny.
I'm telling you,
it's really good.
It's something different.
But yeah, okay. So the people that I've been actually teaching have been really diving in big time and understanding a lot about crypto. It's been pretty incredible to actually bounce ideas off of people that span the world pretty much. So these guys are nuts. So they're
just
very
really open-minded
and
it's
very
really
extreme. Cool. So they're literally putting everything they own into these coins. So I'm like, they always ask me, what's your number one coin? I'm like, Bitcoin. That's it.
Yeah. Clear Vibrations, thank you for the question. She's a Patreon member. Do you feel Bitcoin will go lower than 55K this week?
Hope so. I really hope so.
Do a dippity dip dip dip.
Please do it. That'll be great. Are you are creating your own crypto town in Portugal? Absolutely. I wish that
Annika, it's nice to see you here. Thank you for commenting. Sorry. Okay, go ahead. New subscriber. I didn't give her a shout out.
Oh, what's up? Nice to meet you.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, so we are trying to create the crypto town for sure. A little tiny fishing village. This is great. It's a great place to be able to teach people and to really make a name for crypto, especially with all these athletes here that have, multiple sponsors, have hundreds of thousands of followers as well, for their athlete page. Mm-hmm. And if they talk about Bitcoin, this is amazing for it. So yeah.
Yeah. Mark Doe asked, hi guys, quick question. I staked ADA on Seed excuse me, on Yoroi wallet. Am I doing it wrong? Haven't seen any rewards yet.
You're not doing it wrong.
It usually takes 10 to 14 days for your rewards to kick in. So if you did it very recently, that's what's happening. And then after that, it should be every 5 days. You'll see rewards coming in.
Crypto Quad, easiest hardware wallet to use. I would say Ledger X. It's so freaking easy.
We've also been using Ledger wallets for like over 5, 6, 7 years.
But we've been showing people like how to use it, and they just get it like right away. So it's really basic, easy, and gosh, it's so much better than back in 2015 when I got my first hardware wallet. I was like, really, guys? Like, this is such a pain in the butt.
Yeah, what is this?
And like it held like 2
caveman
coins on it. I still have it. I should sell it as an NFT.
Oh,
that's a good one because
maybe
it was one of the first Ledger hardware wallets ever.
Put like 10 Satoshis on it or something. That could buy you a house one day, guys.
10 Satoshis. I'm gonna sell it for a friggin' 100.
No, I mean put 10 Satoshis. Put 10 Satoshis on the wallet.
Oh yeah. Oh, there we go.
That's what I mean.
There we go. So.
Oh, Summer Lily. Sorry, you had a question. Let me get through here. See if I can find it.
So with that said, right now I would be purchasing more. After this, I'm going to be buying a bunch more Bitcoin with some of the staking profits that we're making. So if you want to know my next move, that's the next move for sure. Yeah.
Oh, we're at 36 minutes.
Okay, guys.
Thank you, everyone, for participating in the live chat and for checking out us on this beautiful live stream day of every Monday. For those of you who want to stay in touch, feel free to please join my free newsletter down below in the video description. There's links for that. There's also links for our paid Patreon group. You guys can get exclusive access to our portfolios, get trade alerts, and also I do classes every month. So I'll be organizing one for this month as well, actually. So thank you, everyone, for tuning in today.
I'm just going to ask
one last question, guys.
Duarte's.
Yes.
Okay. Hey, guys, do you think that centralized companies like BlockFi can fail like traditional banks?
Yes.
If so, would it be wiser to keep your coins on the ledger?
Yes.
Listen, we're not putting, like, it's hard enough for us to even put our Bitcoin onto anything else other than cold
Engine's
storage.
been doing great, Didi.
Oh yeah, congrats on our page for that one. But yeah, that's why we're gonna split it up with many different platforms. So yeah, I never put all of your coins or whatever, especially or like your USDC or whatever, on one platform.
And Clear Vibrations, I will message you the link to my tutorial on the Ledger Nano X. It's very inclusive and
these are good questions.
A lot of stuff covered in that tutorial. Anyway, I'll message that to you.
Kevin
sure.
Cross, what do you think of Matic? Absolutely, man. Like
we haven't sold it yet.
Layer
basically.
2, baby. Bring it on. Like that thing's gonna go skyrocketing. And congrats on our Patreon again for getting the Matic. And thank you, Bill Klein, for kind of shoving me into that. Yeah, he's a good guy. That was awesome.
Who says peer pressure doesn't pay off?
Absolutely. No, it's great. I love my friends. You know, they're really good. I have a bunch of close friends that have been in many bull runs, and these are the people that.
Brasilia Beach House. eToro provides staking automatically. Is it a good idea? Personally, no. Platforms like eToro. What's the other one? Another trading platform. PayPal also does it. You don't actually have ownership of your coins. You can't actually send those coins out on eToro. So really all you can ever do is speculate on the price. I'm surprised. I don't know that what they're actually doing is staking. They're probably lending. A lot of miscommunication with that kind of verbiage. But I wouldn't encourage participating in the crypto space using things like eToro. It's just not really the full experience. Okay. Anyway. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in.
We're done.
We'll see you again next week, but we'll be putting some videos out in the meantime.
And then Summer, write us the question that you wanted to do because we couldn't find it.
Yeah, or just send me an email to support@learningcrypto.com as usual.
Cool.
And so stay happy and healthy.
And stay disobedient, people. Please do that.
T-shirt coming soon.
Make my day.
Okay.
Bye.